What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live to do a live stream broadcast of my podcast this week. I'm super excited about this topic because it's something that I get a lot of questions on. It's something I really struggled with when I was starting out, and we also only have 10 minutes if you guys didn't know that, so I'm gonna have to go rock and roll really quickly. Probably what I'll do is I will stream for as long as I can, and then if I get it cut off, you can catch the rest of the episode on iTunes. I'm also on Spotify. It's called The Gold Digger Girl, okay? So give me a second so I can go ahead and get this podcast started. Thanks for being on today. I'm excited to connect with you guys. Okay, here we go. Welcome everyone to the Gold Digger Girls podcast, where we talk about crushing your goals and creating the life of your dreams. I'm Kimberly Olson, your host, and today we are going to talk about the copycat method. So basically, when you start out and you're starting to put out content, there's always this fear of, getting in trouble, or how do you find content without just copying other people, right? And I think when you start off, especially when you start to go big, where you start to do some Facebook Lives, or you're starting to show up really intentionally as an influencer, which I'm always a huge advocate of, is that we don't want to be in network marketing. We want to be brand influencers, which is totally different. So when it comes to that, you have to have some great content and you have to be consistent, and posting every day is a lot of work, right? When I first started out, I remember I would sit there and think, what am I going to post today? And I would just kind of stare at the computer screen. So if you feel like that, I totally understand. Now I can just pump out, I post in 9 different places almost twice a day, and that's a lot of content. So how do I do that? Well, I have something really loud, I think. If you guys are on the podcast, I'm actually streaming live on LinkedIn, so there's a lot going on here. So a little technical difficulty. So when I first started out, I was really thinking about, what kind of content I could post, how could I show up originally, but I was also learning a lot. I was digesting so much information. I was reading books, I was in courses, I was in boot camps, I was taking coaching, and I was getting so many ideas and so many great things I was learning, and I wanted to share it. So when you're first starting out, you might be nervous about getting in trouble for copying. So this is what I'm going to tell you. First of all, anything you think of to share has already been done. If you go back to the 1800s, the 1900s, even, if you Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, where he actually studied the best of the best and shared that in his book, all the stuff that people are talking about, the success principles, the clues that these successful people are leaving, even the people maybe in your network marketing business or people you're seeing on social media, anybody who's out there who's just crushing it, who's dominating, who is teaching a lot, they have anything that they're teaching you, they have gotten it from somewhere, okay? You don't just wake up. I mean, you might wake up and have a great idea, but that's for you and your path. But as far as that original content, you guys, go look at the movie The Secret or the book The Secret, and they bring in Socrates, they bring in all of these different philosophers and educators and people who just discovered amazing things that we all just take for granted today, right? All of that stuff goes back hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of years. It goes back to it where we're recycling it in different ways. It's showing up in different ways. And so anything that you can think of that you want to share, you guys, it has already been done, okay? So your original content, it's already been done. Now, by me saying that, the reason why I'm saying that is what it means is that you are not copying anything, because you are simply sharing it the way that you see it. You're simply sharing it and showing up the way that you want to share that, the way that it's impacted your life, the way that it's helping your business. And you're putting your own spin on it. You're putting your own personality with it. If you're listening to me right now and then you go and listen to another leader in the industry that teaches on network marketing, or maybe another podcast that's on, building your business, that person is going to be speaking differently than me. They're going to cover content differently than me. The pace is going to be different. Their experience is completely different than my experience when it comes to where I've gotten to today. Everybody has a story that's different, right? Everybody has a different history, a different background, a different upbringing, different economical, sociological, all the different components that come into it make me who I am. Therefore, the message that I'm sharing is not copying. The message I'm sharing is my message. So let me give you some tips to avoid on copying, where you are literally copying, and to make sure you're not doing that, and to help you to stay on track with this, where you can feel confident. Because the reason why I was passionate about bringing up this topic is because I experienced it firsthand where I was accused of copying. And afterwards, I had some girls that were really starting to fly their wings and wanting to, build their business and their brands, and they felt nervous. Were they copying, and I had to talk them off the ledge that no, they were not copying. And I've had people who have taken my stuff word for word, and I've had to talk to them about it and coach them through it, okay? So copying is where you literally, word for word, take somebody else's content. So if you're on Facebook, it's where you copy somebody's post and you don't share it. You take their content of their post, you create your own post as if it's yours without giving them any credit. That is copying. If you take somebody's, let's say you got a PDF in a program of some sort, and you take the PDF and you retype the whole PDF word for word, that is copying, okay? It's actually a copyright issue. If you take an image that you did not take and you post it on Instagram without giving that person photo credit, that's copying. So copying is a real thing, okay? I'm not saying that it's not a real thing. But when it comes to sharing content and you wanting to share your own thoughts on things and your own spin on things, you can do that in a way where you're not copying. So what does that look like? So if you see something, say that I post, maybe a quote that I posted and you just love it, you can share that post and tag me in it. You can redo that post, maybe on WordSwag or something, where you take the post and you type in your own thing for it, and you reuse it, recycle that content. If it's a quote that I post, you could give me credit for it, okay? If you think of something kind of open-ended, such as win the morning, win the day, you don't know where it came from and nobody knows where it freaking came from, you can just use that and just create a quote, okay? You could also search who is responsible for the quote, win the morning, win the day. There's so many different people who have said it. It probably doesn't have an original thought as far as the original person who quoted it. So don't get hung up on that kind of stuff, okay? Don't stress about it. But if you know who the person is that created it, give them credit for it, okay? Always give credit where credit's due. But how can you show up originally, authentically, and create your own content? This is how. When you see something that I do, so maybe I do this training and you think, oh, I wanna do a video on this. I wanna do a Facebook Live on this and talking about this. What you're gonna do is you are going to take your notes out and you're gonna write your own perspective on it. You're not gonna watch my video and take notes from my video and turn around and regurgitate it word for word, because that is kind of copying. Even though it's you saying it, you're literally taking my stuff word for word. You want to put your own spin on it. You want to have your own thoughts on it, your own examples on it, your own tips on it. That way it's still original. That way it's your content, okay? So if I give some tips on attraction marketing, how to set your profile up so that it is attractive, that people want to come look at it, and I give some tips on that, you can turn around and teach it, but put your own tips in there, okay? Or maybe say it differently than I say it. Or maybe tell your story of how you started. Maybe say, yeah, when I first started, man, I was spamming my page every day. I just heard Rob Sperry say this in interviews, Spamela Pamela. It's so funny. Freaking cracks me up. So maybe you were Spamela Pamela and you were just spamming away. And then one day you heard my podcast on it. You could mention that, okay? So you can tell people where you're learning stuff, and it's actually just gonna edify you. It's not gonna take away from you having that original content, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm streaming on LinkedIn as well, and there's a 10-minute cutoff, and I also wanna make sure I'm being concise with these podcasts because I can go on and on for friggin' days. Okay, so this is what I wanna tell you. Spread your wings, fly, get that content out there, do those Facebook Lives, create the free giveaway, PDF, whatever. Put your own spin on it, have your own take, use your own voice, put your own thoughts into it. Don't be lazy, okay? This is about you showing up intentionally, you showing up and delivering great content so your followers get that value and they want to keep coming back for more, okay? So I know this is short and sweet. I hope this helps. Also, funny, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm doing a LinkedIn workshop this week, so just go to thegolddiggergirl.com, click programs, and you can sign up for my LinkedIn workshop. And my Rock Your Business on Social Media Bootcamp is opening up for registration right now. Grab your spot. You won't want to miss it. We're going to rock out the rest of this year. So until next time, go out there and crush your goals and create the life of your dreams. All right, it's going to cut me off any second now. So thanks for watching. Give me a like, a comment, tell me what you thought. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Nice to connect with you, and shoot me a message. I'd love to say hi. Have a good one. Bye.